Good morning, everybody. Happy Monday. It is May the 10th, 2021. And I made a video yesterday and posted that online, so you should check out May 9th. Had a pretty good trading day. I actually pulled off a small trade later in the evening. I was really wanting to stay in until the $4,000 mark. However, stuff comes up, and I didn't want to stay up that late, so it was around like 9 o'clock or so when I got into the trade. And like I said, it was a small little sniping trade, I suppose. I saw it starting to go up, and I was really hopeful that it would, play out in my favor. I got in above 3,900, and I ended up selling around 3,950. So I think I was at around a 2%, 2.3% margin or something like that, profit margin. So went ahead and sold, and it was a nice little way to round out the day. In the video that I did, you'll notice I did a pretty good trade Sunday morning, and made a pretty decent profit on that as well. So today, Monday, hopefully everybody's all hyped on Ethereum. I talk a lot about Ethereum because that's what I trade. Hopefully a lot of the things that I show will translate into whatever it is that you decide to get into. There's a lot of great cryptocurrencies out there. I would encourage you to there's a site, I think it's Coingecko. Go search for that. There's a lot of good, they list out like the top performing altcoins, and Bitcoin and Ethereum are always at the top of the list because those are the big two. I take a look at BNB is a good one. I've been looking at Chainlink. I'm really interested in what they're doing. I'm really focused on Ethereum right now. My strategy is to trade it and accumulate as much Ethereum as I possibly can before the end of the year. I think I have a modest goal of about 10 Ethereum, and that's just doing it part-time and seeing what I can do with that. So my goal for this month is to get to 5 Ethereum, and I'm pretty close. I think another, 2 to 3 trades, good ones, obviously. I can't lose, otherwise I kind of 2 steps forward, 1 step back situation. But right now I decided to go ahead and execute a trade. So what I have pulled up here is TradingView, and there's an indicator. If this is your first time watching my videos, the indicator that I use that you see at the bottom of TradingView, and also some of these symbols on the candles, is part of the indicator I use called MarketCypher. I have links for all of these tools in the notes below. If you want to check those out, I'd encourage it. Again, these are just tools, and you have to form your own analysis around them. But on my videos, I talk through how I'm trading and what is working and not working for me. So I definitely lose trades. So don't think you're going to follow me exactly on what I say to do and win every time. This is literally to give you a picture of how I've determined to trade. So that's my disclaimer up front. This is definitely education for you guys, and then make your own decisions from there. So what I've got pulled up here is the 24-minute chart. I always look for a green dot on MarketCypher. These blue momentum waves are how I determine whether to enter or exit the market usually. So I would definitely encourage you to take a look at MarketCypher. I would not have the success that I have without it. It is the main tool that I use to make a lot of the decisions that I make. So I usually start out with a 15-minute chart. I've talked about this every time I've made a video. So what I'm doing is I'm looking at the 15-minute chart first. About 30 minutes ago, I saw a green dot down here, and then I saw a big green dot, which is a really good sign. And then also there's this indicator with MarketCypher at the bottom called the Wolfpack indicator. I always wait for this line to trend upward, and as soon as it gets just above the center line and we've got green, that's also a really bullish indicator that the trend is going to go up. Another thing you can look for on MarketCypher as well is the yellow diamond. That is also signaling a bullish signal, versus if you see a red diamond, that is signaling, as you can see, a downtrend. So that's signaling that people are starting to sell. And then when you get the red X, you're definitely seeing a big sell-off. And unless you're in a short sell, you should get out. I usually don't wait that long, but that's definitely a big signal to get out. But really what I'm looking for is a good entry today, which I've already entered into the trade. I was hoping to talk through some of this before I got into the trade, but that's okay. You gotta get in when you feel like it's time to get in. So I looked at the 15, then the 24-minute confirmed it with a green dot, and you're starting to see this blue momentum wave go above the center line here. Anytime the blue momentum wave starts coming up above the center line is a really good signal to me to start looking for an entry or go ahead and get in. One of the two, but the key word there is I start looking for an entry point and making sure that everything in my strategy is lining up. So the next thing I like to do, because I trade on shorter time frames. I don't stay in a trade for hours and hours and weeks. So I usually just look at these things to confirm around a 1 to 2 hour trading time. Sometimes I'm in a trade for 15 minutes. Sometimes I'm in a trade for 1 hour or so. I like to try to do 2 really good trades per day if I have the time to, and I see a good entry. So usually that happens for me. I've noticed around, I'm at like 7:30 a.m. right now on Central Time Zone. So sometimes between 6 and 7:30 in the morning, I usually see a good opportunity. Then sometimes around 3 or 4 in the afternoon, I see a good entry point, and I can usually get out of that trade around 5 or 6 o'clock in the evening. It doesn't always line up that way, but I have noticed a pattern. So I usually look around those 2 time frames, and then I go do my day job. So what I'm going to do here is show you that on the 1 hour time frame, I haven't seen a green dot, but this Wolfpack indicator looks like it was turning around. So we may get a green dot on the 1 hour. Money flow is still really good. Momentum on Ethereum right now, you have to look for the dips, and if you're trading small little rises and falls in the momentum of Ethereum, then you don't necessarily have to wait for the 1 hour to drop below this zero line. As long as you keep seeing really good momentum from this green area here, then it's probably okay to get into a trade if the 15-minute and the 24-minute are below this center line and you get a green dot and you start seeing it rise up again. So that's how I'm kind of strategizing right now. If I can pull a 2 to 5% profit on a trade right now, that's what I'm looking to do. So let's go and look at my actual trade, and the platform I use for that is Bybit. So I'm in a Bybit trade right now, and I do what's trading on leverage. And I'm going to just keep talking about the basics and the tools I use on every video, so bear with me if you are if you've watched a few of my videos. Some of this is going to feel repetitive, but for new people, go check out Bybit. If you do want to trade on leverage and you've never done it before, please do your research. This trading on leverage is a really good way to make money, but it's also a way you can lose everything if you're not careful. So I'm not going to get into what trading on leverage is other than high level. You're taking your own money, you're borrowing a certain amount of money, or Ethereum in this case. I'm taking my own Ethereum and I'm borrowing against that Ethereum in order to make bigger profits in the trade. However, when you're borrowing, if it goes south, if the trade goes bad, then everything that I put into that trade can get taken, and that's represented by the number down here. If the price drops to $3,466, then that's my liquidation price. So any Ethereum I have in this trade personally would be gone. So if the trade starts going badly, have good stop losses, have a good strategy to get out without losing everything. So right now we're trending up. We're only at a 0.6% profit so far. I'm looking to start watching the volume and the momentum of this trade once I get to around 2 to 3%. So price tag wise, I use this a lot to kind of gauge when I want to get out. You can set these take profit lines, and I don't, 25%, we're not going to be in the trade till 4,300 because that's going to take a few days if we keep trending up. So what I'll do is I'll come in here and I'll say 41.50. Let's see what that is. So it's really hard probably to see on the screen, but if I were to sell at 41.50, which we're at 41.30 right now, at 41.50, I would make roughly a 2.9% profit. And that's before any fees for doing the leverage trading. The fees aren't very high on a trade like that. I'd still walk away with probably, let's say, 2.5. I'm just taking a guess. Somewhere in that 2.5 to 2.7 range after the fees. So I'm hoping that, let's say it goes up to 41.60, would put us in more of a 4% profit margin. If it gets to 4.65, then that would, let's 41.70. Yeah, 41.70 puts us at right around a 5%. I don't know if it'll go that high. It did reach a pretty good all-time high last night. If we kind of expand this out and hold my marker up here, it got all the way up to 41.81. So I'm going to go back to TradingView and show you something. So on MarketCypher, we have these points of support and resistance. I've heard these called spider lines before. So the indicator itself has this built into it. So I have these on to kind of know where. So you see this other small support spider line right here. And that's because this is new price discovery mode. It's doing some algorithmic predictions on where we think the top resistance could be. But in in all practical terms, it looks like 4140 price range is probably a bit of a resistance line, but there's definitely going to be resistance at 4173. So we probably will not see it break past that unless there's just a lot of volume all of a sudden. Then it could. Ethereum's been performing really well, so I'm not discounting its momentum right now. There is something to say for when the market is excited about something and they see the price going up, you just almost can't stop it. However, some of the analysis that I've been doing the last couple of days suggest that we may see some sideways action right now, maybe for the next day or two before we go up higher. There's always the possibility we can go down. Cryptocurrency markets, they fluctuate quite a bit, so you got to be prepared for that. So let's go back and have a look at where we're at. We're still kind of dancing around my entry price, which was 41.25. So we're going to hang out and watch this trade for a little while. I'll edit the video so that you don't have to watch the whole thing, but I'm gonna kind of keep you posted. Now we're kind of back in the red a little bit, so let's just kind of see where this thing goes. I might need to jump out of the trade. I might lose a little bit. You never know. So I'll share with you guys what happens, and we'll see. All right, so I was trying to capture the fact that this keeps kind of dipping into the red, and I was starting to get a red candle. And what I really want to point out is sticking to a strategy and not, getting emotional about a trade is such a hard thing to do, and having a strategy ahead of time is so important. My strategy is to, I set my target, the thing that I'm looking for. I look at volume. I try to make good decisions based on volume and momentum. But most of all, trust the tool that you've decided to use. MarketCypher has proven itself to me to be more accurate more often than not. It's not perfect. However, it's really good. So something I want to point out is I keep seeing these kind of, these dips. Here's a good example as we're talking, this red candle starting to form on the 15-minute. 15-minute time frame is very iffy. You can't trust the 15-minute more than if you see something on the 30 or the 1 hour when you're in short-term time frames. So as you can see, we're kind of fluctuating down here. But let me show you what I'm seeing. So on MarketCypher, you go look at the 15-minute. We've got all signs are pointing, momentum is going up, right? 24-minute, green dot, momentum wave, Wolfpack indicator going up. I don't usually look at the 30 and the 45, but you look at the 30-minute. Starting to trend up. No green dot. Actually, there is a green dot. It's just hard to see. Right here at the center line behind the green momentum money flow. And then on the 45-minute, green dot right here. Momentum on the Wolfpack indicator going up. 1 hour. Haven't got a green dot yet, but Wolfpack indicator starting to trend up. So these time frames start trending together, and that is a way for you to confirm whether you should continue to wait it out. Don't get emotional when you see those small little dips in the candle on your entry point, because it's gonna happen. It's scary. It doesn't feel good. But if you can go back, we're mostly kind of fluctuating up into the green, and that's telling me that we could continue up for a little while. So I'll keep an eye on it. As I make decisions to exit the trade, I'll give some final analysis there. But just wanted to kind of talk through that because everybody experiences it. You enter a trade, it immediately fluctuates down into red. It sucks. You're like, oh crap, I made a bad decision. No, just keep looking at your the signals and seeing if they're continuing to trend up. If they do all start pointing to the fact that you might have made a bad decision, then it's time to start thinking about exiting. So you can use the indicator to do the same thing. Should I get out of the trade before it goes really bad? But right now, everything says it's going up. As you can see, we're starting to get into that, 1.07 percentage and so forth. So this should turn out to be a pretty decent trade, even if I only make a small, I try to stick to a $250, $300 profit on a short trade like that. So if I can get that, but hey, any profit's better than no profit. So anyway, I'll do some final analysis after I decide what to do. I'm not going to be in this trade much longer. I've got to start my normal work day. So anyway, hope you guys are enjoying this. Please leave a comment if you've got questions or suggestions, or hey, maybe you've been doing this longer and you've got some tips for me. Please leave those as well. All right, thanks. So my strategy is, because I don't have time to sit here, and also I don't know that this has much juice in it right now. There is there's a YouTube channel that I also watch that does live signals for Ethereum and Bitcoin that I wanted to kind of point out to you all. I use it as confirmation only. Actually, I'll just pull it up here. So first thing I wanted to show you is I'm going to start looking to exit around 41.50. So I thought I would try just recording as I do that. Hopefully we don't see a downtrend. It looks like we might actually. People are starting to sell, so I might not do very well on this trade. I was hoping to, but the indicators still show upward momentum, so we might be okay. This is one of those times where being emotional, oh look, we got a green dot on the 1 hour. That's actually good. So we might actually see this thing turn around, even though we're seeing a little bit of a sell. On TradingView, I actually look at the Ethereum on the cost of Ethereum on Coinbase, and the reason I do that is I think it's a better. There's the guy that worked on and created MarketCypher. His name on online is CryptoFace. He actually suggested this, and he watches Coinbase because he feels like it's a more true indication of the current price, because those are metrics of more people that are just purchasing Ethereum versus trading it. So if you evaluate cost on an exchange where there's leverage trading, you might not get a true indication of where the market's at. So it made sense to me. So FYI, I look at the Coinbase Ethereum price on TradingView. Anyway, long story short, we've got good momentum on the 1 hour. We've got good momentum on the 45 and the 30 and the 24. There's no reason why I can see us not being able to hit the target of 41.50, even though we're dipping back down below my entry price. I kind of crossing my fingers. I think we're going to see this spike up a little bit before it starts really trending down. One thing I'll also do to kind of confirm my theory is if you go to YouTube and you search for Ethereum signals and find this channel right here, this is streaming all day long. Don't really like the music. So I'll just mute that and keep this open and kind of watch these buy and sell signals as well. I don't follow them to exact T. I watch this to confirm what I'm doing. If I see, this is on about a 30-second delay, by the way. So it's interesting to watch this trend while I'm watching my own charts as well. It's just a further kind of confirmation of what to do. So if I see this start to go down as well, then I know that maybe we should think about exiting early. We're at 41.33, possibly going, kind of keeps flipping between going up and down. Let's go back to Bybit here. We are back in profit. So I'm hoping in the next 10 to 15 minutes we can kind of figure out if we're going to start taking profit around 41.50. Sometimes I'll stay in the trade a little bit longer, but I don't know. I've got stuff to do today, so I may exit with a small profit and then try again later. So I'm going to leave this recording, and then I'll just try to cut out some of the dead space here so that we can watch the trade together. If you want, I'll put some markers, links in the bottom of the video in case you want to kind of skip ahead. So that you don't have to watch all of this. But if you want to hang out with me, that'd be great. Just kind of see how this goes. All right, we're getting up to like 41.40. It does look like the charts are doing well right now. That red candle kind of scared me there. However, you just got to keep looking at the tools that you and trust them if you know they're good tools and good strategies. Heck, it might go way past 41.50. So sometimes I'll see a huge spike and then I'll stay in a little bit longer, see if I can get a little more out of it. So I'm hoping I can record that for you all. It's kind of funny. I know that Bybit is doing something, like there's a lot of activity because the computer that I'm using, whenever the chart starts moving quite a bit or a lot of data starts coming in, the fans on my laptop will kick on. So it's almost like another signal for me that that something's happening. So I don't know if the microphone's picking that up, but the fans are pretty loud on my laptop right now. It's like the fans are starting to signify money, profit. But the fans can kick on when it starts like trending down really quickly too, so it could be a bad thing. So kind of while we're waiting to see what happens here, my goal, I think I was telling you guys, like my goal is to get to 5 Ethereum by the end of the month. So I've had a couple of good trades. I'm at about 4.7. Yeah, after that really good trade yesterday, I shot that number up. It was at like 4.4 or 4.5 or something like that. So I added like 0.2 Ethereum after that trade. So it can go up pretty quickly. You know, if we, let's just say, I don't know, let's do a little bit of math here. If I at least sell at 41.50, That'll get me 0.1 Ethereum, so that'll get me to 4.8. So closing in on that 5 Ethereum mark pretty quickly. So it looks like this candle's gonna push up. Let's keep checking the charts here. Starting to see a little bit of a curve on the Wolfpack indicator, but that's okay. Sometimes you'll notice if you kind of go back in time here, it'll kind of do this up and down thing even when it's in the green, and it'll level off. I'm hoping that this is just kind of leveling off and then it's going to trend up a little bit more. The blue momentum wave seems like it's headed in a pretty good direction on the 15-minute. 24-minute, it's hard to see because of the green. If I zoom in here a little bit more, looks like we're still gonna create a nice little momentum wave there. 30-minute, we've got a good one coming in hot. So let's see here. I love seeing those green dots on the 1 hour when I'm in a trade like this. It means I hopefully made a good decision. Looks like we're closing in on that 41.50 mark that I'm targeting. Yeah, it's good stuff. So it's pretty cool, man. Like, I started off like pretty low amount. I mean, I know the money I started off with trading was pretty high for some people, but like in the grand scheme of things, you can take a small amount of money, a couple $1,000s, and turn it into more assets and more money. It's just it's a very interesting space. You know, I've not. My goal is not to become rich. The goal is to build assets that you can do things with, and it's just really interesting to me that you can do that. You know, sit here for an hour, 45 minutes, and turn your asset into more, you know, in US dollars. I've sat here for 30 to 45 minutes, and if I exited the trade right now, I'd walk away with right around $350 in, you know, 30 minutes, 30 to 45 minutes. So, all right, so we're peaking above the 41.50. Let's kind of look at the volume on Bybit. Look at the 1 hour. Looking good, getting some green. These green bars in the volume area make me feel great about where we're at. We might start seeing it go up even more. I mean, we might get to 41.84 was like, I wouldn't be surprised. If we get there, I definitely will take profit right away, and then do it again later, hopefully. So we'll probably hit these resistance lines, right? So we're at 41.70. We might start seeing it slow down a little bit. So let's pay attention. We're gonna hit 41.60, I bet. And it's thinking about it. Tell you what we're going to do. Since we're in profit and we're getting close to 41.60, let's go look at this one more time. So 15 minute. We're still trending up pretty good. That curve is starting to kind of level off. 24 minute, what are we looking like? Still headed up pretty good. 1 hour, still trending up. What's the 45 minute look like? Yeah, still pretty sharp uptrend. All right, so we hit 41.60. Yeah, sweet. Okay. I'm like way into the profit that I wanted. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit a limit sell on 50% at this guy right here. That way, if it drops back down below 41.60, I'll at least get half of my profit. And then if it keeps going up, where is my, why didn't it work? What the hell? What happened there? Yeah, okay, it did. I don't know. All right, so we're, if you notice my my profit, so it did sell. I'm not using those limit sells the right way. I made this mistake the other day, and I'm not understanding it. I thought that a limit sell would allow me to set a price and then it would sell it when it hit that price. I guess I'm wrong on that. I don't freaking know. I guess I sold at the price that we were at. So I sold half just then. So this is, you know, showing you that I'm still learning. Like the tools, I'm getting better at them. But okay, so we're kind of dropping back down here a little bit. Let's look at this guy. And something you should know about MarketCypher when you're using it that I've found that I've not really talked a lot about is these momentum waves are meant, they're not necessarily going to tell you that, oh, it's just gonna keep going up, it's gonna keep going up. It's literally an indication that there's money coming into the market at that price. But then once you start having people sell at the same time people are buying, you could see the price start to stagnate and stay at a certain price point. So right now what I'm seeing is it's starting to kind of hang at 41.50 price tag. So it might be because some people are taking profits right now like I just did. So you just kind of got to keep an eye on it. Is it going to keep going or is it going to stagnate? This might be a good point to just sell everything for me because I just wanted to do a quick trade. And quite honestly, I'm not gonna get greedy. I think we're gonna go sideways for a couple of days anyways. So I could probably squeeze a little more out of this, but I'm gonna go ahead and exit because I'm in a pretty good profit margin right now. So I'm just gonna sell it at as high as I can. Let's do 41.60. I'm just going to see if it'll hit 41.60, right? 100%. Hey, there it is. Boom. All right, so got our active conditional. I saw it hit 41.60. I know that it did. I know we're gonna hit. There it goes. Okay, so it should sell it. Come on, man. I don't understand this. Okay, there it goes. Yeah, it just took it a minute. All right, so we're out. Finish the trade. It may still go up. you should never feel bad about exiting in a profit, even if it keeps going up. Markets are always going to be there. Yeah, I could have sat here and made more profit. It's going to keep going up, it looks like. There's a lot of good momentum. But trade the way you want to trade. You know, don't get greedy. If I had more time, I could have sat here for maybe another 20 minutes maybe and squeezed a little more out of it, or it might shoot back down. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this. Sometimes it might seem like I'm rambling a little bit, but I'm literally talking out loud what I'm usually saying to myself when I'm doing this by myself. So I'm hoping you're finding some benefit out of that. Let me know in the comments how I could make these videos better for you all. I think I don't want to put a lot of time and effort. I just want to put the information out there. Hopefully it's beneficial. Let me know. Hope you guys have a great day. May record a little more content later. Otherwise, I'll try to do these every day or two, depending on my schedule. So, hope to see you again soon. Have a good day.